Hey guys, it's Ingrid with Spa Treasures. I am back today to make lavender, what's it called? Pink Grapefruit Lavender Soap. My goddaughter absolutely loves the colors of this soap, so I call it Shauna soap. But it's been a while since I've made some soap. I did a whole lot of soaping in January and early February to try to restock, but I haven't made any in a while. And this is one of the last few that I need to make. So let's get started. All of my clays and powders are already incorporated into the oils. This particular recipe has a lot of coconut oil, cocoa butter in it. Also, it has shea butter in it. So it's really luxurious. It feels really good on the skin. I think I have 20% of both shea and cocoa butter in it. So it should be a really good and hard soap. I'm gonna add my lye water in. Get this going. Okay. I was supposed to make this batch earlier today, but it was pretty nice outside, and so I played hooky from soaping, and I went out and enjoyed the weather. So once again, I am soaping at night. Yeah, I put that in there. All right, let me divide this out. And this soap is going to be 3 layers, and purple, white, and a hot pink. And I'm not sure if I'm going to do a spoon swirl on it or a hanger swirl. I have both ready just in case. I'm not really sure. In one of my videos, I talked about how important it was to make sure that you have your gloves on when you're soaping so that you don't get lye or anything on your hands. I've since tried to find a longer glove, as I had mentioned that I would, and one of my subscribers sent me a link to where I could find longer gloves. So I'm going to probably be ordering those soon. But I also wanted to state that I do soap with eye protection on. I'll take them off and show them to you. That's what they look like. Basically like goggles. They are called onion goggles. And they're for like if you're cutting onions or whatever. And so it doesn't make you cry, but it also keeps the soap batter from splashing and getting in your eyes. So that's just my safety tip for the day. Okay, so let me go ahead and start getting my colors together. Of course, my white, which is my titanium dioxide. And I'm using quite a bit on here because with the cocoa butter and the fragrance oil, it's very yellow. It makes the batter very yellow. So I needed to add a little bit more than I normally do to bring it back to more of a cream or white color. Go ahead and pour the rest. Okay, that should be good. It's always kind of interesting when you haven't soaped in a while. You feel like you're kind of not with it. This is my hot pink mica. Okay, and last but not least, this is called Passionate Purple, and it's another mica. Give this a quick little blend. So, let's start putting the fragrance in. Smells so good. It's Pink Grapefruit essential oil and Lavender essential oil and just a little bit of regular lavender fragrance. And it smells so good. And this is getting a little thick, which is okay because I'm doing layers again, so I need it to be just a little thick. Thick it's getting. So let me clean this mess up and get my mold and some more paper towels. Okay, hopefully you can see. Okay, so I'm going to put the purple in first, and I'll save just a little bit for the top. Okay, so let's go for, can't remember if I put the pink in the middle or the white in the middle, so we're just going to put the white in the middle. Sometimes you just got to go with the flow. I think the white is in the middle. Oops. Got batter all over the handle. You can save the rest for the top. I think I'm going to go ahead and do a hanger swirl on it. One of my subscribers asked me about my hanger swirl tool, and it really is something that was just made. My husband made it there was a fellow soaper that I have, that I'm on her YouTube page. Her name is Jen, and she's with Bescented and A&N Suds and Such, and her husband made the tool for her, and she was nice enough to tell me, and so I had my husband make mine as well, and I'll show it to you when I get ready to use it. This one's getting nice and thick. One thing I like about the soap community is that they're normally very helpful to beginners, intermediate, advanced, whatever, soapers. They are normally very generous with their knowledge. I learned a lot when I first started soaping from many people like Celine from I Am Handmade, Holly from Missouri River Soaps. They're all very good soapers, and they've all been very helpful to me by their videos or by allowing you to ask questions about their soaps, their techniques, or just experience with different recipes. So I try to be as helpful as possible as well. This is such a pretty pink. It's almost like a fuchsia pink. And I find that a lot of times you have just as many soapers on following you on your YouTube page or your Instagram page or whatever, Facebook, as you do customers, only because they're learning as well. And then it's like an obsession. You have to see what other soaps look like. Sorry for the noise, I have to bang it down. You just like to see other people's designs, what they come up with, new techniques, how pretty the colors are. I know I do. I love watching other people's soap videos. Just watching how they do their swirls, how their colors come out. Sometimes you don't always just post your accomplishments, you post your favorite. when I first started out. I had quite a bit of failures. I didn't know all the tricks and the trades, of course, and I was just experimenting and learning how to do different things. And then you kind of develop your own technique as time goes on. What you like to see, how you like your soaps to be. Some people like to soap it really thick soap. I like mine to be a little more fluid, only because it's easier to work with and you get less air bubbles. But when you're doing layers like this, it has to be a little thicker. One more time. Let me get my hanger tool, which I should have done before. So here it is. And it is basically a coat hanger that's opened up and fish tank tubing is put over top of it. It's kind of hard to get the tubing over top of it, but it is. And that's it. That's all it is. This has gotten pretty thick, so let's go ahead and swirl what we can on the top. That's why it's really essential that you have your goggles on or your glasses or some type of eye protectant, because as you're banging the soap sometimes to get the air bubbles out of it, soap batter will splash and it can easily get into your eye. And that is not what you want. Alright, so here is Pink Grapefruit Lavender. Let me see if I can zoom in a little bit. Okay, so there it is. It will be ready probably, what is this? Probably the last week of April or so. So that is Pink Grapefruit Lavender in the mold. And thank you for watching, and I will attach the cutting video to the back half of this one. Thank you so much. Bye. Hi guys, it's Ingrid. I'm back to cut the Pink Grapefruit Lavender soap that I made the other day. And this is what it looks like. So let me put it on the cutter. It's pretty hard. It's been 2 days since I made it. did a hanger swirl. That's what it looks like. It looks like it did the top 2 layers. It didn't really get all the way down to the bottom layer. That one came out really pretty. So it looks like it left the layers intact, because remember it got a little thick. So it really left the layers intact, kind of sort of, but just swirled in the middle, which I actually kind of like. That one, look, it got more down to the bottom. This one did too. That's the joy about making soap. Sometimes when you do different designs, you never really know what you're going to get or how it's going to turn out. So that's my end piece. So the last one. So there you have it. It'll probably be ready the last week of April, I guess, probably the last week of April or so. I'll have it up on the website as soon as it's available. Thank you for watching and have a great evening.